Hey folks, before we get started with this video, I just want to do a quick life update. My girlfriend's cat isn't doing particularly well right now. He's ended up at the vet a bunch of times, and we think he has pancreatitis right now. We're not 100% sure, but we think that's what's up. So I'm going to plug my girlfriend's side hustle today in hopes of, raising some money for our good cat friend Midnight. She does clothing reselling on this site called Poshmark. Essentially, she goes thrifting, buys clothes, like name brand stuff, and then resells them on this site for a discount. So if this is something that sounds interesting to you, this will be the top thing in my video description every day this week. Consider checking it out, or if you have any female friends who are into clothing, maybe pass it their way. Or if you're interested to supporting the cause, but you're not really interested in clothes, you can use my usual donation information to throw some support that way. Just, make sure it's clear that it's for the cat or vet bills or something for tax purposes. All right, let's get on with the show. Hello folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for another Legacy video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Brent B's Hammertime deck. Now Brent sent me a draft of this deck and said, hey, this needs some work, see what you can do to it. And this is my updated version. Talking about a couple of problems with the initial draft that I was sent. The initial draft only had 18 lands, and I think the modern versions are usually playing like 20 or 21, and I was just super unsure that I wanted to really skirt on the mana base when you want to be doing things like activating Urza's Saga with this deck. So essentially what we're doing here is we're trying to port the Hammertime deck from Modern to Legacy. Colossus Hammer is a 1-mana equipment that gives +10/+10, and the equipped creature loses flying as well. It has an equip cost of 8, which is normally just not going to happen in a game of Magic before somebody is dead. But if you use Sigarda's Aid whenever an equipment enters the battlefield, you can just attach it to a creature. Or Pure Steel Paladin makes it so that if you have Metalcraft, you can equip things for free. Our goal is to equip a Colossus Hammer to some crappy little creature like a Memnite or an Ornithopter or a Rograka, son of Roga, and then just get in the red zone and kill our opponent in 2 swings. And the modern deck is pretty fast and consistent. Now, notably, the modern deck has access to Luris of the Dream Den, which is banned in Legacy. So this may mean that the modern version actually ends up being better than the Legacy version of the same deck. We'll have to see. So as far as other changes that I made, this deck originally did not have a Stoneforge Mystic package, and I added one in. The Stoneforge Mystics are sometimes in the modern version and sometimes aren't. I thought it was really important for the Legacy version because I just want to have access to Kaldra Complete. This is a card that can just win the game by itself. You play a Stoneforge on turn 2 when you're on the play, and this is just disgusting. Answer the Stoneforge now, or this awful thing is in play. And the neat thing is, right, that we're sometimes going to be able to equip that for free. So even if our opponent does something like Prismatic Endings the Germ, that doesn't mean that this is just going to be a dead card. Other than that, I left most of the main deck intact. Off the top of my head, I think I trimmed 2 of these 0-drops, a Paradise Mantle, and a 3-mana card that also lets you equip stuff for free. I just kind of thought that was too slow. I'm not sure how I feel about Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb is obviously very, very good with Urza's Saga, but it's not super good at casting things like Pure Steel Paladin that require white. 3 seems like an acceptable number of Ancient Tombs. I'm not 100% sure. Another thing I'm not 100% sure is whether or not Inkmoth Nexus is the best manland to be playing. Inkmoth Nexus plus a hammer is, an instant kill, and that's super dope. And I respect the living heck out of that. But whether or not we can do enough chip damage to kill without a hammer connection is unclear to me without seeing the deck in action. I basically redid the entire sideboard. Essentially, the thing this deck is lacking is any sort of interaction, basically at all. So I added 7 cards for combo matchups, Deafening Silences and Thorn of Amethyst. That should cover a lot of bases, but not all of them versus combo. And then I decided to go with a split of Portable Hole, which is an artifact, which matters for our Metalcraft count, and Path to Exile. I don't just want to max out on portable holes, because I do need answers to things like Murktide Regent. That creature is pretty obnoxious. We're leaning a little bit heavily on Urza Saga for graveyard hate, but you know, this is a first draft of you know, a new deck, so we're not expecting to beat everything with a first draft. This will kind of give us enough data that we can figure out, like, where are the weaknesses with this shell? What can we do to make them better? There's been a decent amount of discussion on Reddit about this deck for the last couple of weeks, so we'll try it out. Anyway, if you're new here, please consider subscribing for Legacy, Modern, and Vintage content 5 days a week. If you're a regular, throw me a like before we get started. It's the easiest way to support my content for free. And if you want to support the content in other ways, consider becoming a YouTube member or getting your deck on the channel by doing a donation. That information's in the video description. Let's fight! Okay, what does my hand do? Mox Opal, Memnite, Ornithopter, Ancient Doom, Shadow Spear. My turn 1. That's a mulligan. This hand doesn't do anything. It'd get me a hammer. I can keep this Pitch Kaldra. Go turn 1 Memnite, Ornithopter. Then maybe Caracas as my turn 1 land. Turn 2 Stoneforge for Kaldra. Turn 3 activate. Miss an Urza Saga construct. Maybe get a second Urza construct afterwards. This hand is okay. I guess I'll keep it. I'm not, like, super jazzed about it or anything. I also think it's probably better to play the construct as my second land rather than my first. I don't think I just want this land to disappear. I might want a construct out of it. I just need mana right now. Okay, fancy looking Flooded Strand. Okay, sure. Hoping for, like, a Sneak and Joe, since I just naturally have this Caracas. If this is the Delver deck, I don't think I have a luxury to play around Daze. My hand's kind of weak. Well, maybe we can draw a Sigarda's 8 or something later. Stoneforge time. Yep. As expected. I'll do my poke. I'm hoping to draw a land. If I draw a land and I actually get to, like, activate Urza Saga twice, I'm in a very good position. But if I don't, it's not great for me, just being honest. Okay. Well, try it. And I think we're in the just go for it, don't think about it territory. I'm about to lose this land anyway. Does it work? Hot damn. It worked. Sick. Okay. We're playing against Delver. I'll board in 4 removal spells, probably. Relic's not crazy, but I'm not sure that I want that. Let's maybe trim a couple of creatures. Maybe trim a Paradise Mantle. I don't think I want to be doing an equip cost. And I don't know that Retrofitter Foundry is super necessary. That seems fine. Here's to hoping we don't just eat a meltdown. This hand is 1 land away from just being insane. If I had a land, it would be land, Mox Opal, Memnite, Sigarda's 8, Hammer. But I don't think I get to keep this without any lands. How good is Esper Sentinel? Esper Sentinel is I'd probably keep this on 6, though. It has mana and some degree of interaction. That's fine. Okay, sure. Do I need to Ancient Den on 1? I'm gonna go Memnite. Go Memnite. Go Mox Opal. This will now technically be able to cast an Esper Sentinel. Seems like my opponent has a Lightning Bolt and they're deciding whether or not I get mana. I think I go Ancient Den. Esper Sentinel. Gut shot, so I don't actually get to draw a card. That's a little disappointing. Okay. That's quite bad. Fuck me! Alright, cool. Yeah. Sure don't have white mana to answer the Null Rod. Or the constructs that my opponent is about to make. Ah, fuck. Alright. Oop! Alright. Animate an idiot. Try to attack 10 times with an Inkmoth Nexus. Actually, if I can use this Ancient Tomb without killing myself, doesn't necessarily have to be 10 times. The big if. I can't attack with the Memnites anymore because my opponent's about to make a 2/2, soon to be larger than a 2/2. Alright, so here comes a construct. Oh. Oh, no. Okay, sure. Great. Cool. Alright. Sure. Yeah. 2/4/4s. Cool. I think it's about time to concede this game. Like, these are off. Most of my mana producing things are off. Yeah. Next game. And I don't think I'm going to change anything about sideboarding here. I know about my opponent's Urza Saga now, so it's possible I want a Pithing Needle, but in a lot of the games that we're winning, my opponent like doesn't have an Urza Saga, or I've already made the hammer or whatever. Man, I'm so close to doing a lot of cool things. This is like just off the strength of Urza Saga. This is probably a keep. I need a white producing land. If I can get Sigarda's Aid in play, things are real good. Like some birds. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to play my Colossus Hammer. I get so much better against Lightning Bolt if I play Colossus Hammer. Accordingly, I think I'm going to do it, even though it makes my Sigarda's Aid that's in hand worse. The punish for this play is my opponent wastelanding me right here. Nice, dodged that. And that is white mana. So if I think I can dodge Wasteland for a turn, I should just play Sigarda's Aid. Otherwise, I can just try to make a pair of 4/4s, which honestly might just be better. Yeah, let's just make some 4/4s. And by some 4/4s, I mean like they're going to be bigger than that because like Ancient Den is going to get involved as well. Okay, end of turn Brainstorm is fine. Yeah, I probably end up attacking for 6 and then for lethal. See what my opponent's able to do with their mana. Nothing. Which raises suspicion after a Brainstorm, if I'm being honest. Okay, we are seeing movement now. See a Brazen Borrower, could see an Ancient Grudge, an Unholy Heat on an Ornithopter. Sure. Okay, so that shrinks that into Lightning Bolt range. Sure, I see what's going on. Okay. So let's make a new construct, which is a 3/3 immediately, but will get bigger. I probably just take the Shadow Spear here for the life gain on this construct. I don't think I need the mana immediately. They don't super care about this Sigarda's Aid actually resolving right now. I don't care if it gets dazed. It getting dazed just like sets my opponent back in terms of like dealing with this construct. All right, Urza Saga is just doing Urza Saga things here. Okay, good. Not Meltdown. We're definitely not going to beat something like that. Sure. 2 to equip. 2 to equip. Care about Kaldra? I don't know that I care about Kaldra immediately. Let's work on buffing that life total. And then I can choose to Path to Exile my opponent's Urza Saga construct if I'd like. I might like. Oh, wow. Okay. They could have the other land already, where this isn't like a super risk. This one hit with the Shadow Spear equipped also just really helped out my life total. So I have undone the Ancient Tomb damage that I've taken, plus a little extra. Okay, yep. So there's the other land. We'll see if my opponent just makes an Urza Saga thing immediately. Oh, it's going to be a Murktide Regent. And I get to choose whether I play around Daze or Force of Negation. I think I play around a Daze. Nice. I think I start here. I think this is my bait. And it's great if this resolves, and it's fine if it doesn't. Okay, there's a Force of Negation pitching a Daze, so I'm glad I played around that. And now we go for the hammer. Oh my god, why? They had 4 counter spells in hand. Okay. I mean, I can Stoneforge for another hammer next turn. That's fine. Yeah, that's I guess the turn then. See what my opponent does with their Urza Saga. Oh wow, they're just floating mana? What does that mean? That makes me a little nervous. Okay, sure. Okay. Okay, that's no shuffle. That's an idiot. Yeah, opponent has 1 card. Like, is it gonna be a Daze? We'll find out. Yes. Hammer. Fast hammer. Is it Daze? I'll equip that to my construct. All right. Yeah, okay. Legacy Hammer Time doing stuff. Strong start. Okay. I don't have any real plan here. I'm real close to a lot of things. I could keep this hand, play the Urza Saga on and the hammer on one, and hope to get another white source to do pure steel things. But if I don't get another white source, I can't equip this hammer or the hammer off Urza Saga. I think I just mulligan this one. This has 2 mana on turn 1. I can just turn 1 Stoneforge Mystic. This hand is totally fine. Let's keep this and throw back that Cobalt or whatever it is. Okay. We are playing against a blue deck. Alright. Let's go Opal, Memnite, Metalcraft. We're just going to go for the Stoneforge on 1. Alright, it resolves, and I think we... Oh, are you just going to remove my Stoneforge in response? Or do you have a Stifle? Yeah, you do have a Stifle. That's slightly annoying, and is kind of in do-nothing mode right now, then. But the good news is my opponent's deck has Stifle in it, so I've got that going for me. That's a shuffle, sure, also fine. Kicks me off Metalcraft, kind of. Nice. Yeah, we'll just play that this turn. All right, let that tick up. Nothing to do with 1 colorless. I'll just attack for 2. Get in there. So next turn I'm going to make a construct with Ancient Tomb, and then I'm going to get to play Sigarda's Aid. Nice. That'll be even better than I thought, actually. Yeah. I guess it's fine to just attack now in almost every case. Send them in. Opponent goes to 15. I'll play the Memnite. I do need to be cognizant of Stifle. Or not Stifle, Dress Down. Assuming my opponent is playing some sort of Stifle Not style deck. It could also just be a Delver deck. But I want to have Dress Down on my mind. Sure, that's fine. Yeah, they could just be like a mono blue Delver deck. Okay. It is seeming like that. Do this thing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Dress Down's a thing that exists. Probably just want Retrofit or Foundry here, for in case I do end up losing a huge portion of my board. Yeah. Yeah. Hit for 11 right now. It's pretty good. Send them. Okay. You're acting like there's not a Dress Down. See? Oh, wow. Okay, there wasn't. This costs mana to equip. Okay, I guess I'm done. Sure. Okay. So it does look like mono blue Delver. Yeah, okay. I will probably sideboard minimally here. Like, I'll probably board in these things and call it good. My opponent might have Urza Saga, so I could consider Pithing Needle as well. But, you know, my opponent showed me, like, Stifle, Wasteland, Brazen Borrower, so I also could be quite wrong. I don't know. Like, maybe we do, like, this, and trim one of some other random card to have these 4 cards in. This is like a medium minus hand. Like, Esper Sentinel is fine. It's 2 power on turn 1, and I get 2 draws, maybe 3 to hit a land drop. I have a Stoneforge. I can probably find a better hand than this. I would keep something like this on a 6, though. That doesn't really do anything. It plays a Retrofit or Foundry. I'll go to 5. This is a very bad 5-card hand. I think I will ship this and go 2-4. This is a very bad 4-card hand. This is a very bad 4-card hand. It makes like 2 Memnites and okay, if I draw a white source, so I have Stoneforge, I'm gonna go deeper. We did not succeed at like finding Urza Saga Ancient Tomb. That said, I don't think I can go any deeper than this. We're going to throw back a bunch of stuff, and good news is we'll get to learn what my opponent's deck is doing this game. Probably. We can still spike an Ancient Tomb or something and make this hand respectable, but it's quite bad. Alright, sure. Alright, that was a shuffle with that. Okay. Yeah. I guess I play out the Ornithopter. Very limited in the decision-making department right now. Probably my second Urza Saga that actually does something. The first one probably just gets me a mana source so that I can cast a Sigarda's Aid, and the second one gets me a hammer. Okay. That's not great. That is also not great. I play this. Yes, I put artifacts in play. Yeah, we're flopping around and dying here. Okay. Island. Wrong play. Seen that one before. Okay, that's the best possible draw in my deck. Very happy with that. I'll play my land and pass. And I get 2 constructs, and hopefully it beats my opponent. They're not beating a dress down. Sure. Okay, there is confirmation that Delver is in my opponent's deck. Okay, there is confirmation that Urza Saga is in my opponent's deck. I am kind of worried that they just have a dress down if they're just like playing those things out in the face of my impending Urza Saga. Means they don't have like a stifle. Alright, let's do the thing again. I board in Pithing Needle. I did not board in Pithing Needle. Do I just want like a Mox Opal? Or do I want Retrofitter Foundry? I probably just want a Mox Opal. That way if I draw a hammer, it's live. Or if I draw a Stoneforge, it's live. Alright. Go with the Sigarda's Aid. That's fine. That card... Oh, we got a Murktide Regent for that? Holy shit. Okay, yeah, that card didn't actually do anything. The Memnite is more impactful. Let's crash in with this construct, and hope we don't get dressed downed. Okay, we got a Memnite gut shutted, so my opponent took 1 less damage. Sure. Opponent's at 11. They can use their entire turn to equip this and gain some life. More gut shots. Sure. Card's apparently extremely popular. I don't think anyone told my opponent they could just play red, though, and, like, play lightning bolts, too. Okay, my opponent is just gonna leave those back and try to soak up some damage. That's fine with me. Artifacts are really good here. That's an artifact. This is actually kind of funny. So I'll cast this Memnite, and I know my opponent has a gut shot. They can gut shot it and lose 2 life to my Memnite, which is how much they would be losing to the construct damage anyway. Yeah, I find this very humorous. Okay, yep, there's the block. Okay, they're just eating everything. They're at 9. They are dead next turn. Oh my god, do you have multiple gut shots? That's their 3rd gut shot, holy shit. Play red. Just play red. Ragavan's really good. Yeah, okay. GG's, I guess. Okay, my opponent has revealed a Yorion, so that probably means DNT. Ornithopter, Inkmoth, Ancient Dead Mox Opal, Ornithopter is Metalcraft, so that I can play Sigarda. Okay, yeah, this hand is going to be a keep. But I can't play Inkmoth Nexus. Oh shit, I am on the play too. Sick. Yeah. 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 Sigarda's Aid. And this is Flash, right? I probably just want to do it at sorcery speed, though. In case, like, a Source of Plowshares is involved. Yes. Alright, I have made a 10-12 on turn 1. You have 2 turns. Alright. You have it. Nope. Oh, wait. Shit, my opponent is fucking dead. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is, like, the sickest shit ever. Oh, yeah. So we just get another Colossus Hammer. Whip here. Yes. Go to combat. That is a turn 2 kill. Ah, damn. Yeah, okay, so this deck's cool. What do we have against Death and Taxes? Not really much. I'll probably bring in the Pithing Needle. I'll probably play some number of Path Exiles and Portable Holes. What's bad? Esper Sentinel is not particularly strong. Oh, a legendary creature is also pretty bad versus Caracas. Let's trim that. Will I have enough creatures if I trim 5? Maybe trim a Paradise Mantle and 2 Esper Sentinels. That seems reasonable. Okay, how is this hand? It has a couple of Urza Sagas, which is cool, but this hand doesn't actually really do anything. It has a lot of disappearing mana. This is a pretty good 6-card hand. But without an Ancient Tomb or an actual piece of mana acceleration, I don't think this hand's actually good enough. I'm gonna ball again. Yeah, this hand is fine. We junk the Esper Sentinel here. Okay. You've got a mom. I don't like super want to path that, but I probably have to path that. Alright. Let's play some 0-drops. And do it via Springleaf Drum, right? Yeah, because the ability is on this and not on a creature. Go drum. Get white by tapping that. And junk the mom. I'll have a Stoneforge on turn 2, even through Wasteland, which probably just gets me Kaldra. This is a respectable Plains. I used this for a while when I was first starting to play Death and Taxes. Okay, Skyclave is fine. I'll probably lose the Springleaf Drum. Yep. Alright. I guess hide this Caracas for as long as possible. And we'll try to win this one via a Kaldra. And we'll see if it's good. My gut says no. My opponent probably kept a hand with removal of some kind after seeing what happened last time around. Okay, my opponent has a Stoneforge of their own. Okay, they have opted for Batterskull, which is a little weird to me. Okay, I mean, this is good if I draw a Sigarda's Aid, but it's not really good currently. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in the Kaldra. Am I attacking? Maybe I shouldn't have put this in. I can attack in this turn cycle, but I might not be attacking next turn cycle. End it. Yeah, the issue with the following turn cycle is like my opponent having a 4/4 that could just attack me back and recoup most of their health. Okay. They're just passing. Am I attacking? With the Kaldra specifically. I don't really know that I want to. I think I'm just kind of waiting to draw a Sigarda's Aid or a Pure Steel Paladin and just like get the W that way. It costs 7 on this, right? I'm pretty far away from that. Yeah, let's just fire up the old poison machine and get that going. Until my opponent does something like Flicker Wisp my Germ token, not actually really in any danger of like losing out in combat. So it can be a Flicker Wisp, you know, it could be the Yorion later, be a Path to Exile, Swords of Plowshares. Like there's plenty of things that remove this, but it's a little sticky. Alright, there's the Batterskull as expected. But again, this is kind of a weird choice in terms of equipment. Okay. That is not going to work the way you want it to. I have a fucking first strike here. Oh man, am I... Okay. That's a thing. That's probably good enough where I lose this game, because now it becomes very difficult for me to actually get the Colossus Hammer equipped once my opponent has Jitte counters. I think this is probably the point where I go ahead and concede this game. I'm not just going to get there on raw infect damage or anything, because Jitte can kill both of these. I'm going to take a quick look at the deck list. I draw Portable Hole. Oh man, I don't even know. Alright, I'm just going to chill for a little while. I'll take a draw or two and see if I top deck a Portable Hole, but if I don't grab Portable Hole to answer Jitte in maybe about the next 2 turns, I don't think I have any possibility of coming back. Yep. Yeah, the 7 re-equip versus the 5 of Batterskull is just so very noticeable in times like these. Also about to just start getting ported. My opponent can grab the Yorion and blink Skyclave next turn. Okay, they're gonna go ahead and junk my Stoneforge. That's fine. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the towel there. All right. I don't think I'm gonna make any changes based on being on the play here. Okay. Math out what I can actually do. Ancient Tomb, Pithing Needle, Retrofitter Foundry, Opal. Can't play Pure Steel Paladin. Don't have a piece of equipment. I don't think this hand's good. This is a turn 2 Stoneforge Mystic and a turn 3 Stoneforge Mystic. So this is just another time where I can try to rely on Kaldra. I mean, I guess that's fine. I think my hammer hands are better than my Kaldra hands, but I don't think I throw this back. Alright, so let's play a Memnite, an Ink Moth, and pass the turn. I also don't love that I can be wastelanded off my primary color here. Alright, so let's crash in with that. I think I am supposed to grab Kaldra first over a hammer. The Pure Steel Paladin is something that might actually allow me to equip the hammer, though. Your equip costs are 0 while you control this. I will need another white. Ooh, opponent is just scrying. That's good for me. Much better for me than say, like, them having a turn 2 Stoneforge or something. Urza's Saga. Don't mind if I do. Alright, so now let's go ahead and activate this. Put in the Kaldra. Attempt to swing in for 5. I've got a few artifacts on the board already. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Activating this will be 4. I can also activate Ink Moths to increase my count as well. This is going to be a very good aggressive hand now, with the potential for a combo finish. Okay. So my opponent can Recruiter for a Flicker Wisp and use that to maybe kill my Germ token. Yep. Okay, another Pure Steel Paladin. Fine. Yeah, so I think this is just a turn where I'm attacking with the Kaldra and making a construct. Yeah. My opponent goes to 9. I'll play a land. Got 2 to activate Urza Saga, 1 leftover mana. Can't really do anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure. Okay, that's fine. So I can get a Pure Steel Paladin into play next turn, and then just re-equip that for free, which is pretty devastating. Alright, so here's my construct. Oh, Path to Exile's not bad either. Alright. I'll activate this, make a construct, grab a Mox Opal, play a Pure Steel Paladin, equip this here. So this is 11 with Trample. My opponent could, in theory, block 4 of that. I think I just go ahead and swing everything in. I could think about this more, but I think my opponent is dead. Oh. Well, that's not bad. Okay. That's fine. I can lose a Stoneforge in combat. I'll re-equip this to, say, the Memnite. Do I want to construct for gaining a larger amount of life for if my opponent does have Swords to Plowshares? Yes. That's fine. Okay. So I'll play an Ornithopter. I'll play a Stoneforge. Yes. Grab a hammer. Play a hammer. Draw a card for that too. Yeah, absolutely. Sick. Alright, let's go ahead and equip this here. Present 2 different threats. Won't attack with the Pure Steel Paladin. Attack with an 11-11 and a 13-13. Okay, that's fine. You trample. You don't trample. That's fine. Not super in a hurry. Yeah. So let's just equip the Kaldra to my flyer here. That way I wall the Flicker Wisp, and I can Path to Exile something on my opponent's turn if I need to. Okay, just more land. I also have 44 health, just casually, by the way. Okay. Sure. I have another one of those. That's not actually a problem. You still fly, right? Still fly. That's 5 in the air. Do I want to attack with an additional 2/2? Sure. Alright. Pick up an illusion. This can be chump blocked. This can't. Just kind of a question like, does my opponent have an additional piece of removal? Yeah, let's find out. Okay. That puts them to 1. Now, play a Pure Steel Paladin. I move Kaldra to it, so that my opponent can't just attack in with Jitte. I guess I'll play the Ornithopter so that it can attack next turn as well. Seems pretty good. I guess I also could have like played the Pure Steel Paladin, moved the Kaldra to it, so I could have attacked with 1 additional creature. There's actually a lot of depth to this. We're 3-0 now, right? Yeah, we're 3-0. Okay, round 4 opening hand does not actually have a way to equip this hammer. The rest of the hand is medium, so I'm just going to mulligan. This is a... Holy crap, this is a strong Urza Saga hand. This is going to be a keep, and I'll pitch the Kaldra. Yeah, oh... Finishing my thought, if we're playing against a fair deck, we're in the money here. We are not playing against a fair deck. We'll have a decent amount of stuff in the sideboard for this, but we're certainly unfavored in this matchup versus... Oh, the Dread Return just went under. That's interesting. Do they have multiple Dread Returns? I don't believe they have multiple Dread Returns usually. Am I wrong? Okay, they do have 2 Dread Returns. Okay, so just confirming 3 Narcomoebas, Thassa's Oracle. I'm looking for the last Dread Return in Graveyard. Oh, there it is. Okay. Rough. Alright, 4 Thorn of Amethyst, 1 Pithing Needle, 1 Grafdigger's Cage, 1 Relic of Progenitus, 3 Deafening Silence. Portable Hole is probably sus. Do not need Shadow Spear. I've been cutting Paradise Mantle every round. Usually been cutting these. How am I usually killing my opponent? Either with Urza Saga Constructs or Stoneforges, probably. I'll probably cut the Esper Sentinels. Probably cut Retrofitter Foundry. And I don't know what to do with my 61st slot here. I don't think I can cut Sigarda's Aid Hammers or any of the 0 drops. I also don't think I can cut any of these. So it could be like a Springleaf Drum. That's fine. Okay, how good is this hand? Ancient Den, Opal, Sigarda's Aid, turn 2 Stoneforge, equip. That's not actually all that good. I'd rather have some disruptive element in my opening hand. Yes, this is great. This is absolutely great. But let's keep this. Throw back Karakas, I guess. I wonder if Karakas was better than Mox Opal, actually. No. I'm pretty likely to draw another land at some point. It's just going to be very awkward to try and actually get the Sigarda's Aid into play. Probably end up being like a turn 4 or 5 thing. And we'll play this Thorn. Don't have Metalcraft yet for Mox Opal. Only have 2. I'll have 3 next turn. But then I won't have the necessary stuff to like pay through my Thorn tax. And that's okay. Alright. Play Urza Saga. I'll have 1 mana that I can't actually do anything with. I'll pass the turn. And we see if my opponent can win through Thorn. It is possible. Okay, I am getting Thought Seized. I'll lose my hammer here. Otherwise I could just play that out for Metalcraft. Oh, nope, okay. I did not evaluate that situation in the same way that I did. Oh, right. I was off a turn. Nice. Very happy with that. So I'll main phase this to turn on my Mox Opal. And I will play Ink Moth and a Deafening Silence. Then next turn I can pick up something like a Grafdigger's Cage and just kind of like further cement my lead. Okay. The Dented Swarm is fine. Why is that in? What were they expecting? Oh, they might be expecting like Source of Plowshares, Path to Exile. Oh. And I don't know. Actually, am I attacking with an Ink Moth? I don't need white mana this turn. I can do this way. There's a second 4/4. Grab Grafdigger's Cage. These are 5/5s. I think I just take... Yeah, I think I'll just play this. Just give up the dream of like getting it equipped. This is just +3 damage over 2 turns. Is totally fine. Get in the red zone. I mean, that's fine. I still have theoretical lethal damage next turn. My opponent could have something like a Force of Vigor, but otherwise I'm good. I don't think I'm going to change anything here. Game on the draw is going to be hard. I just have no defense versus a turn 1 when they are on the play. Okay. This has Relic, but not the ability to hold it up on turn 1. Otherwise it's lacking. Oh shit, my opponent kept 7 too. Oh, that's so bad for me. Okay. Urza Saga, Ornithopter, Pithing Needle, Mox Opal, Deafening Silence. This hand is insane. And I keep both Deafening Silences. I can. Is it correct too? So gotta think about Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize taking Deafening Silence is bad. Thoughtseize taking Mox Opal is actually pretty bad too. Can I just toss an Ornithopter? Then I go Urza Saga, Pithing Needle, Ornithopter, Mox Opal, Metalcraft, Deafening Silence. Yes, that's fine. Here's the hoping they use turn 1 to like Thoughtseize or something. Don't do it. Fuck! What if they just pass the turn? They play the Spy and pass. Alright, they're Cabal Therapying me. Guess they'd name like a Surgical or a Mindbreak Trap here. Okay, they named Fairy. Well, now they know the coast is clear. Okay. Do you have another Spirit Guide? Yet. They do. Alright. Yep. That's a little disappointing. We pretty much had things covered. Like, if I got a turn 1, I would have shut off, like, their way to do the milling via the Undercity Informer. And I also would have stopped them from playing more than one spell in a turn. Okay, let's just confirm they have the cards in the correct zone, and then I can concede. Alright, there's the Thassa's Oracle. Let's find the Dread Return. There's the Dread Return. I can concede. Alright, rough. Okay, this hand doesn't really do anything. I think I'm just going to mulligan this. Like, I have 3 pieces of the same side. I don't have an ability to get a hammer. I have no mana here. 0, 0, can't do the last thing. We're going to 5. I mean, this attempts to get a hammer equipped, 2 hammers equipped on turn 3. That's fine. So I throw back a Shadow Sphere and a Stoneforge here, I think. Hoping my opponent can't really interact with me. Because like if we're playing against like say an interactive blue deck like a Delver deck, this mulligan is gonna hurt a lot. I don't know. I mean, I'll attempt this. Okay. Delver seems likely. If I had confirmation that my opponent was Delver, I would have just like played a Memnite and equipped a Colossus Hammer to it in this turn cycle, I think. Well, maybe not. They had the mana up still. So a Lightning Bolt would have done its thing. Hammer. Play a Memnite. Memnite did not get dazed. Huge success. Actually, I kind of want to draw a land. Okay, land. Oh! My opponent's doing unfair shit. Okay, how is this read? When it enters the battlefield, I will put in a Colossus Hammer. I will equip 2 Memnite. Hello, my little son. Are you ready to go to battle? Because you are going to fuck up that Grizzlebrand. Okay, just confirming. Yeah, I could just do this at instant speed. I can attack in with the Memnite, wait for no blocks, and then hit him with the second hammer. This is really fun. Okay. Loses flying. Alright, so you're just trying to make it through the turn, huh? I don't trample. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Oh man, opponent is drawing so many cards. Spooky. I probably don't cast this Stoneforge Mystic, right? It's just 99% chance that it gets Force-a-Willed. Alright. Then you kill me. More mana helps kill me. Uh-huh. That's bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can put a 7th into play. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can put a 7th permanent into play. And I can keep 1 permanent. That is, while not literally killing me, pretty damn close. What do I need to keep in play? I have a chance of winning. Probably the Sigarda's Aid. But that without this, this Stoneforge can get me another hammer. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep the Sigarda's Aid in play. And then hope that I can luck into a way to finish it off. Finish them off. I'll equip it to Memnite. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep the Sigarda's Aid and try to like do a Stoneforge or a 3rd Colossus Hammer thing before my opponent somehow finds another creature in their cantrip deck. And I thought we were gonna steal game 1 through what my opponent had going on. Alright, so my opponent sacrifices Emrakul, and all those goodies get shuffled back in. Okay, no land here, so unfortunately I just have to pass the turn. Took my opponent a long time to discard down to 7. And charge my cell phone. Okay, sure. Yep. Are you just gonna end me? Yes. Concede. Game 2. Thorns can come in. Needle can come in. Deafening Silence is, I guess, technically okay, and Path is technically okay. I don't know if I'm going to end up playing Path. That might be too reactionary for this deck. So I'll board these out, board this out. I don't think I'm going to ever fetch Retrofitter Foundry. Or honestly, probably not Shadow Spear either. Like, if I get a chance to search up a 1-drop, it is going to be a Hammer or a Pithing Needle, I think 90% of the time. I don't think I need the Esper Sentinels either. Although they do contribute to Metalcraft. I don't know. Like, what percentage of the time is a Grizzlebrand going to get in play? And I'm actually going to successfully remove it. Pretty low. Let's keep 1 Esper Sentinel or 1 Retrofitter Foundry over it. I'll keep 1 Esper Sentinel, I think. Alright, Ancient Tomb, Mox Opal, Thorn, have Caracas in hand as a way to deal with some legendary creatures that get into play. Is this hand good enough? Probably. This isn't, you know, the platonic ideal of what I am looking for in this matchup or anything. But this is probably fine. I am going to deal a lot of damage to myself, though. Alright. Kept them from a turn 1 play. Alright. I play a Springleaf Drum. This turns on Metalcraft. Yeah, I think it is worth tapping the Caracas this turn to get my threat into play, because this also represents another mana as well. So here's to hoping I just like top deck a hammer and like everything is fine and dandy. Yep, ponder away. I'm unsure if I would be comfortable tapping the Caracas again to play another Pure Steel Paladin. I think the answer is no. I think like this land is just in the upright position for the rest of the game. Turns out I don't need to think about it. Good with that. I'll ship in with it. There is some thought as to whether or not I should actually play this card because of like Pyroclasm type effects. Like, should I just like keep the redundancy? But I think I need to be pressuring my opponent's life total for 4 rather than 2. Alright. Put in an Ancient Tomb. That card's better than my card. Please don't have Emrakul. Alright, concede. GG's. That was a great league. This was really fun. I don't know that this deck is anywhere near optimized, but the core of this was pretty respectable. Like, Urza Saga plus Ancient Tomb was great as a plan B, and the whole, like, Sigarda's Aid, Colossus Hammer with Stoneforge Mystic and Pure Steel Paladin as redundancy actually worked pretty well. While I don't necessarily think like this has the potential to be a tier 1 legacy deck by any stretch of the imagination, because it's a little volatile and there's a lot of different moving pieces, this is absolutely at least an F&M level deck, and maybe a little bit more with some tuning. So the cards I thought were the weakest were... let's actually just make a new column here. So I'd say of the things in here, these pretty easily felt like the weakest. Off the top of my head, I don't know what I should replace them with. Throw me your ideas in the comments. I would love to hear them because I'm pretty likely to play something like this again. But like this was the 0-drop that wasn't the artifact, and it was weak against Caracas, and I junked that pretty regularly. The Paradise Mantle was just something I boarded out every round. It's a 0-drop that contributes to Mox Opal. I don't really like super mind it for game 1 scenarios, but we were pretty good on mana. It may just be that I'm supposed to play 2 more Springleaf Drums to help with like early mana acceleration and like to have a little bit better chance of activating Urza Saga on turn 2. I could see those becoming more Springleaf Drums. I could see playing like a Cranial Plating maybe, and then like maybe you keep the Esper Sentinel because it's just like another artifact 1-drop that's relevant, but I don't know. These feel replaceable. The white-white worked out pretty well for Pure Steel Paladin, despite the fact that we have a bunch of colorless lands, so I was pretty happy with that. And as far as the sideboard goes, sideboard felt fine. I don't super know what I want Welding Jar for. Maybe Welding Jar needs to come out, and I just need more interaction for other decks, since I'm not really interactive in game 1. But I'm super happy with how this league goes, and Brent, and as well as everyone else, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, click that like button. It's the easiest way to support me for free. If you're new here, consider following for Legacy, Modern, and Vintage content 5 days a week. And if you want to try this deck out or get one of your own decks on the channel, that information is in the video description. Have a great rest of the day. See ya!